Hey, what's up, y'all? So I wanted to talk about one of the roles that I take extremely serious, probably more serious than any other role that I play, and that's my role as a mother. Okay, I have two beautiful little people. Might have more one day. Who knows? I don't know. But um, so I wanted to make this video because the other day I'm having a disciplinary conversation with my daughter, right? Now, mind you, my daughter is a Pisces, very emotional, right? Very sensitive. I am an Aquarius, and I'm also 28, and she is 5. So, as an Aquarius, I am very logical, not extremely emotional. I'm very detached in a lot of areas. So, I really work with a lot of logic in my day to day. So, when things do not make sense to me, it's like my feelings don't get hurt. I kind of get, like upset or, try to make it make sense. So, when my kids do things, my first thought process is to make it make sense. Like, why would they do this? Da da da. So the other day, right, and this is basically a video about communication, right? Communicating with your children, because I had like an aha moment, and I definitely think that it is something to converse about. So I'm talking to my daughter, and I'm loud and I'm kind of frustrated, and I'm explaining myself to her, because I do explain myself to my children. There's never been a time where, or I never wanted to be a time where I'm doing something and they're not understanding my intentions, because intentions are everything for me. So even, yes, my 4 and 5-year-old, they are clear of my intentions when I do things. So I'm explaining to my daughter, and she's just crying and she's crying. I'm just like, why are you crying? Like, I'm not even trying. I'm not intending to hurt you. Why are you crying? And she was not responding to me. So I'm asking her, I'm talking to you. Why aren't you responding? And she essentially tells me that she hear me talking, but all she hears is yelling. That's all she's getting. So she's not getting the message. She's not understanding or processing the information that I'm wanting or intending for her to process. Rather, she's just hearing this screaming, this yelling, and it's obnoxious to her, and it's hurting her, and she's not being receptive to the message that I'm trying to give her. So I had to stop. And I said, wait a minute. So I said, all of this, and you didn't hear any of it? All you heard was noise, like yelling? And she's like, yeah. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, because I'm like, oh my God, she's not hearing anything that I'm saying. She's not absorbing any of the words that I'm saying. All she's hearing is yelling, and it is damaging her. So it hurt my feelings, like literally in that moment, to know that I am yelling and hurting her, and she's not even understanding nothing that I'm saying. So it's like a complete waste of time, right? So with that being said, I think it's a very important lesson. So learn from my lesson, and learn your kids' love language. Like, that is so important, to understand how they communicate. That way you can alter the way you communicate as the adult in the situation. It's your job to take the initiative to communicate with your children the way that they know how to communicate. So for my daughter, with her being like super emotional, I communicate with her now. In this situation, happened about a week ago. So I'm not too far removed from who I used to be, but I'm constantly evolving as a parent, So now I'm not yelling anymore, because I know she's not receptive to that. She's not understanding. So my whole point is totally out the window, when it comes to me raising my voice or being loud. So I communicate with her through feelings. I understand how to tap into, that feel good spot, to where she can be receptive, and just talk to her. Because when I talk to her, she hears me. Now my son, on the other hand, and every kid is not the same, so you might have to treat one child different than the other, which I really do. My son is kind of logical as well. He's a Sagittarius. He's kind of logical like me. So when I explain something to him, he gets it, and he changes, whatever it is that he's doing that I'm not approving of. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, because a lot of people look at kids as, they're kids. Well, here's the thing. Those kids are people. They're little people with big feelings and big emotions, and the same as you and me, you know, and those kids turn up to be adults. And it's so important to nurture your kids and help them become the people that they are meant to become, and not damage people. It's so hard to undo what's been done to an adult. Okay, so it's important to take the initiative as the parent. This is your job, you know, to raise children who into adults who are equipped with communication skills. That's one of the biggest problems in especially this country, but just in general, like, we don't know how to communicate, you know. So learning your kids love language is so important, and communicating to your children the way that they are responsive and receptive is so important. Okay, so try it out. If you know deep down that you and your children are not communicating in the manner that you feel like you guys should be, take a minute, talk to them, ask them why aren't they understanding, or, you know, try to alter those questions to their age, you know, because kids are not as articulate as adults, or they don't, you know, have the same wave frequencies as adults, or mind frequencies, or whatever you want to call it. They don't think like us. Okay, we have years and years and years of school and experience and all that, and they're at the basis. They're learning. Okay, so kind of come down to their level, get an understanding, and then move them up with that understanding of how they communicate. You know, it's a lesson that I am actively learning and actively adjusting to, you know, so I just thought it was something good for me to kind of throw out there to you guys, because I am positive I am not the only one going through this. Okay, all right, so that's that. Love and light. See y'all next video.